I was born into a Christian family and I had been singing since I was young, so I'd been serving in the ministry pretty much as a young child. My skill in singing, I believe it grew because I think if you sow it into the ministry, God will increase you or bless you. And it's been a great experience growing up and maturing in the ministry. So when I was about 15, I had started writing a couple of songs, shared it with the church, and it was received quite well actually. And then I ended up writing about 10 songs by the time I was about 17 years old, and I tried to record it with someone I knew, but it didn't work out, unfortunately. And I tried again after I became a mum actually, but that didn't work out either. So I knew that I needed to take this step to make an album because I felt God's given me some sort of ability to write songs and to make the melodies for it. So I really felt like I need to just focus, maybe reevaluate what's going on in my life and just really go with God's timing and not question it too much and not worry. And that's where we are today, here at the BreadButterJam studio in Mumbai. So a couple of years ago, I felt like I was in a dark kind of place where I was probably clouded by a lot of emotions, negative emotions, and I felt like writing was the main way for me to find an outlet for my emotions. But writing songs was the most expressive way for me to get my emotions out, but also to find that ray of hope, which is Jesus. And I feel like a lot of these songs, they are intended to be songs of hope, that when anyone is in a dark place, and many of us can relate to it, I hope, and that we won't give up in those times. I definitely have a heart for the young people. I feel like a lot of them feel they have to hide behind a character or hide behind something because they feel like they don't have someone to talk to. And I definitely think talking to someone, especially finding a mentor, is really important to guide you to Christ. Like the song, I Need You, sometimes we fill our time with social media and even video games and movies and anything like that, the temporary pleasures of the world. I feel like young people can really get lost in it and just forget that they have a purpose and they have a creator who loves them so much. Breathe in a musical kind of way to look at it. I had intended it for it to be a slow song because the lyrics are quite slow, they're quite dark, but the team here quite geniusly made it into a fast song, and I actually really like it as it is, and I hope everyone at home loves it too. The lyrics are very much simple, as I try to make the whole album everyday language, just for anyone to relate to. So Breathe is just this desperate need for having God. How can I breathe without God? How can I live without God? I can't go another day. And it's sort of like a backslider, and a backslider coming back to God, thinking, yeah, it's been so long since I've been in the presence of God. And I hope that young people, or anyone really, can listen and sing along to this and make it their prayer and just feel God's love transcend through this song, through the lyrics. I've been told that you can't always blame the devil for everything that goes wrong in your life. So fair enough, but you know, there is definitely evil everywhere. And the reason for this song is I wanted to make an empowering song for believers. You know, resist the devil and he will flee from you. And it's just to remind us believers, we don't need to be afraid of him. We don't have to be succumbed and fall into temptation, and we just need to really apply our faith, and we can really conquer evil in Jesus' name. The funny story with I Need You is that was actually a backup song. It wasn't meant to be in this album, and it's crazy to think that I Need You is now like the big kind of song out of this whole album. It's the title track. It's actually Sheldon who said, who he predicted that it was going to be quite a good song. So I trusted his instinct, and when we sung it a few times, got the music going, it just kind of clicked, and it went really well. The whole recording process and the music, and we've got a music video coming out very soon. And the lyrics of it, it's just, again, everyday language. It's got the word selfies in it, which I think is quite funny, and I really hope everyone will enjoy this and be able to relate to it, that yeah, everything distracts us from God, but we need Him just fully alive and working in us. And the bridge says, no time to waste away, like this is the accepted time, let us come to God and really do what we're meant to do for Him and find our purpose and just live for Him. Definitely I want these songs to bring everyone close to God, deeper connection, intimacy, bringing us either back from backsliding or out of lukewarmness, or from a stagnant kind of walk with Christ into full-on, passionate, on fire. And it applies to myself as well, all of it. Yeah, recently we went to Uganda for a church mission trip. I have always wanted to go to, I'd say, third world countries to minister, mostly in song, but even if I can't sing with them, just to see the children's happy faces, I feel like that's something I want to invest my time in. Like, even if it costs a lot to go to a different country and I'm not going to gain anything, it's been an eye-opener also for me to be grateful for what I do have, definitely, but also to want to visit more and to spread God's love more, and I'd love to do that all over the world. You Rescued Me started with just the chorus. You rescued me, you set me free from captivity. Very short chorus, but the rest of the verses were taken from the Psalms. So we've got, I sought the Lord and He answered me and delivered me from all my fears. That's Psalm 34:4. And I really wanted this song to have quite a few verses from the Psalms. And the general meaning of the song is pretty much captured in the chorus, that He's rescued us from the hands of the enemy, He's delivered us, we have freedom in Jesus' name. Yeah. So You Rescued Me, I wanted it to be in a minor key because it's drawing on these emotions of, you know, that I was in a dark place, but God answered me. And I had originally made quite a few songs on GarageBand, and I had just kind of picked up some sample chords that was there, maybe about 7 of them, and had a little play with them. And then I thought, all right, I'm going to put a pre-chorus in and I'm going to make it in a major scale. So I thought, okay. And then I just sang along to it. I was like, okay, cool, sounds fine. Then we've got a bridge which kind of resonates with the pre-chorus, but I think we had some trouble when we were trying to record it. Trying to work out what are these chords and how do I find them? Like, are they unique to London? Like, it was quite funny. And I thought, actually, yeah, I can't even work them out myself. And when I did, I was putting them wrong anyway. So it's not actually intended to be written in a genius kind of way. It just happened, you know, you just press something and then voila, you have a song. All these songs were written quite a few years ago, but I did have them in short bursts. So maybe within 6 months I would have written an album, and then possibly nothing for a couple of years. And then this album was written within 6-7 months again. And I just knew I have to write these down. I have to make them into full songs, and just record them on my iPhone, you know, voice note it, or whatever. Just inspiration from whatever I was facing, or if friends were going through things. And just sometimes you can't give advice just like that sometimes, and I would hope that through these songs it would not just help one person, it can help a wide range of people. So Jasper recommended that we get in touch with Sheldon and we can make this album together. So what happened in April, after the Transform 17 concert, we met, and which was an amazing opportunity for me, and I shared all my songs and we took the vocal scratches for them, and then we agreed that we would produce this album with BreadButterJam in Mumbai. So after Sheldon had taken the vocal scratches, within the next 3 months we had been communicating about how the songs should sound, and 3 months later we agreed that it would be great if I could come to the studio, squeeze it in 1 week and do all the vocals, the backings, and shoot some videos, and I found that very exciting. I actually had a cold, so I had some issues with my nasal area, and I couldn't sing very well. And I was asking people back home, family, friends, pray for me. I don't know what's going to happen, and I was just really trusting God to help me out. And Sheldon and the team are very accommodating and very patient with me. And me personally, because it's a first album, I wasn't used to singing for so long, so my voice was strained, and it was quite tiring actually. But I've just thoroughly enjoyed it. I really feel like this is my passion, and I've just really connected with everyone here, and I feel like I've made lifelong friends, and just hope that we can, meet again, do more albums, and expand, grow the ministry. And I'm just super blessed to have these guys working on this album all this time, and I wish the best for them as well. This album should be available on iTunes and all major platforms. Do check out my channel on YouTube for lyric videos coming soon.